Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox, and welcome to our Sunday morning celebration service. Our musician, Teresa James, is going to come on and sing us a song in just a moment. She may have gotten a little bit of waylaid or delayed, but I know she's here online. So I know that wherever you are and wherever we may be is the perfect and right place. There's Teresa. Hi, Teresa. You're muted, my love.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Sunday.
Thank you. Happy Sunday to you too. It's a beautiful day too.
A beautiful day in the land of Southern California for sure. And for those of you that are joining us from other locations, I know that it's a beautiful day for you as well, no matter what the weather and or sunlight is. So, Teresa, what song do you have for us to open us up?
You know what? I was thinking that I would start with Quiet Faith of Man.
Perfect. And when we say man, we know that's not necessarily gender specific, it's more
Human.
human. Take it away.
Exactly. All right. Baby child is born along the highway. Tiny little thing on the land. An okie with a dream out on the byway. Lifts the tiny baby in his hand. The woman smiled a little smile of knowing and whispers something soft into his ear. Perhaps a little prayer to help the growing. Perhaps a word of comfort through the fear. You can trust the moon to move the mighty ocean. Trust the sun to shine upon the land. Take the little that you know and do the best you can. And see the rest with the quiet faith of man. A tractor makes its way along the fence line and drops the seeds precisely in a row. If the rains are kind and the winds don't take the topsoil, before too long the crops will start to grow. The farmer sees the fields around him growing, whispers something low beneath his breath. Perhaps a little word to help the growing. Perhaps a word of thanks for all the rest. You can trust the moon to move the mighty ocean. Trust the sun to shine upon the land. Take the little that you know and do the best you can. Then you see the rest with a quiet faith of man. You can trust the moon to move the mighty oceans. Trust the sun to shine upon the land. You take the little that that you know, and do the best you can. Then you see the rest with the quiet faith of man. See the rest with the quiet faith of man.
Teresa James, you are a divinely guided being of light singing that song today.
Oh,
Not only just from the perspective of the sharing and the presentation of it through your beautiful talent and gift and light, but the lyrics of that song not only touched my heart and certainly frames exactly how I want our service to be today in the context of the quiet faith of the human and the leaning into kind of the little that we know that you said, which is not a judgment. It's just saying tap into that which you know, right? But then there's a personal piece that I'm not going to dive into here right now, but maybe later. When you said the word tractor, you have no idea what that triggered inside of me. And in a good way, in a very, it was a, as we were sharing earlier, there's a lot of pieces in the puzzle of my life right now unfolding, and that moved a puzzle piece in place.
great.
I was just chatting with a friend of mine in Rome right now who lives in New York, who just arrived. Anyway, she kept saying to me, how do you feel? I'm like, I'm just feeling like each next step will reveal itself. And that word tractor is one of those next steps. So thank you for that song.
Well, great. I'm glad I thought of it.
And I affirm and know that that's the case for each one of us here today, that there's something being presented and shared that is providing an unfolding on the journey. So thank you. We're going to have a beautiful service together.
I'm looking forward to hear it. I
Me
I
too.
always love to hear what you have to say.
Thank you. Well, I love to be in the presence of you and your light and your music. So we'll carry on our mutual admiration in just a moment. So, hello, everyone. I'm Reverend Dr. Keith Cox, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Los Angeles, and our Sunday morning celebration service, we love to call it. We come together once a month in person and the rest in this online setting to remember who we are as divine beings navigating this wonderful journey of life as humans, as Teresa just sang about the quiet faith of man, that human. And our intention and purpose and objective on this journey is to remember to lean into the faith that we have and the knowledge, and not knowledge from the perspective of brain power, but knowledge from the perspective of the wisdom that we are imbued with as beings that have contemplative mind. And so that's kind of heavy to kick off with this morning, and yet absolutely perfect. And I just want you to know that wherever you may be, I, along with all others online, and that is part of the community of the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, honor you and all of your magnificence and all of your glory and the perfection and wholeness that you are just as you are. And on our journey together today, we're going to not only reveal that and magnify it, but build upon it. And so wherever you are, the divine is. And we do indeed welcome and honor you. I'm going to put on the screen our opening and welcoming slides as we move through that piece. As a community, our vision statement is supporting individuals finding their personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. I invite you to take that statement in a deep, profound way and feel it. Supporting individuals, you and each other, finding their personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. We say hello to you and welcome and move into the act of namaste as exhibited by the graphic on the screen. This being of light entering into namaste is done so through the modern day vernacular of namaste, which means the God and the power, the divine in me honors and acknowledges that in you. The light in me honors and acknowledges that in you. And then to take it a bit deeper to its actual literal Sanskrit translation from Sanskrit to English, which is, I bow to thee. And I invite you to open up to what the thee means for you and be willing to place your hands on your Heart in prayer position, if that's safe and comfortable for you where you are in this moment. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling, letting go of what was. Leaning forward, saying together, I bow to thee. Namaste. Hands on our heart. Just a moment of anchoring ourselves into our being and letting it be as we release and carry on. We are a community that welcomes all races, all religions, all countries of origins, all sexual orientations, all genders, all abilities. We stand with you literally when we're together, heart to heart, shoulder to shoulder, metaphorically when we're not, but with us in consciousness, and affirm together we welcome one and we welcome all. We say that both welcoming you into community, but in addition to that, welcoming you as we each navigate this journey of life together, knowing that we are supported and supporting of each other as we find our personal self-empowerment through our spiritual awakenings, and through those spiritual awakenings, tune into and anchor in that deeper sense of personal self-empowerment and what that means to you. And I affirm for each one of us that's an ever-evolving sense of personal self-empowerment. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Los Angeles, we primarily teach the foundational elements of the science of mind and related New Thought teachings. It's my intention and objective and in my teaching healing ministry here to expand upon that and look at it through a variety of ways, and to look at it and perceive it and play with it experimentally with a lot of the information that is unfolding today relative to science and technology and quantum physics and old school spirituality. And so that is indeed what we teach, and we do so with the purpose and understanding and embracing what we practice, which is an understanding that we live in a universe that's governed by spiritual law. Just like we live in a universe that's governed by physical law, the law of gravity, for example, we live in a universe that's governed by spiritual law with the primary focus on the law of cause and effect, i.e. the law of attraction, meaning that because we're mental beings, beings of mind, uppercase M-I-N-D, and we process and experience and express that mind through our thoughts and our beliefs and our actions and our reactions and our interactions with the very thing itself, that energy that gives life. It's through mind that we develop a state of mind individually and collectively, and the law of life responds to that and provides for us, through us. I want to be really clear here, not to us, but through us, experiences in life that reflect the state of mind. We can look at that as it being a circumstance, if you will. I was starting to say something else, but I'm going to call it a circumstance in life, or an opportunity, and both can exist. But primarily with the intention to begin to realize we're not victims of life. We just have the opportunity to process how life is showing up and consciously be co-creators in the life that we desire by tuning in to changing our thinking, or changing our vibration and changing our life. Returning back to our vision statement, we're here supporting individuals finding their personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. And so today, let's move deeper into an opportunity for a spiritual awakening. You'll begin to hear the music in the background as we move into a ritual of calling in the light. And for those of you that are frequent CSL-LA peeps, I invite you to hearken back on just doing this ritual last Sunday, where we focused on this little light of mine, and build upon that today of calling in the light. Begin to focus on the flickering flame on the orb on the screen and hear these words. Today we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence which we call Spirit. The purpose of this ritual is to draw into our gathering this morning conscious awareness, a conscious awareness of our oneness and the qualities that we possess as complete expressions of the divine. They include, but are not limited to, peace and power, beauty and joy, and light and life and love, and wisdom. And so as we feel the vibration shift during this experience, may we each become ever more aware of the light of life, that spark, that essence of life, that exists in and as all expressions of life. My acronym for light is living in God's healing truth. For me, that God is an impersonal, omniscient, omnipresent, all-creative energy. And I'm deeply grateful that it exists and it does its thing through me. And so we got a duplication on the screen there. Let's stop for just a second. We're going to continue to share, but we're going to go back here. And go here. I was all prepped to say we're going to keep our ritual very simple and straightforward today, and we are. Today's focus is on this particular prayer, and I invite you to tune in to what the word God means to you. And if you don't like it, then look at it as it being reversed as dog. Age-old joke. You know what the dyslexic said to the agnostic? Why, yes, there is a dog. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I like to add to that, and that my actions reflect that wisdom. Let's hear that again. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference, and actions that are in alignment with that wisdom. As we let that anchor in, remembering that we are one family of light, Teresa's going to come on and take us through the song Calling in the Light, which is a call and response song. She'll share with you that piece of it. And I invite you to sing along.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
And so it is. And so it is. Beautiful, beautiful song. Ken Francis song, right?
That's right.
I love it. I love it. So Teresa, what song? You were saying earlier, you say you've been working a lot. I love that. Congratulations.
I have. It's crazy. It's like all of a sudden people that, oh, I remember her. Let's hire her. That's great.
Good.
I'm very happy. And lots of different things too. I spent Easter week up at a Franciscan monastery.
I know you told me that. Tell us about it.
That was so, I mean, I don't really know much about Catholicism, but a friend, her accompanist backed out at the last minute, and so she hired me to come up and accompany all the morning service and the noon service and the evening mass and whatever. It was a retreat that they do every year, and It was fascinating.
But was it on the grounds of a Catholic monastery or something?
Yeah, Franciscan
Oh, yeah.
order,
So did
and
you get to see the seven stages of the cross?
14 stages.
Oh, so then you know more about Catholicism now than you did before you arrived there.
Are you kidding me? I came home, I said to my husband, ask me anything. I know.
Yeah.
I know all about all
I
about
didn't
it.
know anything about it until I led a training in one in Pennsylvania at one point, and
Oh, that's nice.
it's an
But it was
it's a
beautiful.
unique perspective.
It is, and you know what? What really struck me was the Franciscan order. Their whole focus is helping people. Well,
Yeah,
it makes St. Francis, about
yeah,
serving others, and
yeah,
all of the services touched on what can we do, and it
yeah.
was it was really beautiful, and of course the gardens and everything.
Yeah, the part that has always touched me relative to that, both that particular order and having spent some time in monasteries just through events, not anyway, just through events, is the devotion. The devotion I find is just really mystical and magical and amazing.
It was, and you know what? All the people that were a part of the order were happy
Hmm.
and loving and just goodness. It's
I think a lot of that's because of the devotion,
it probably so.
because it is really an inward facing. It'd be interesting. We have a former sister in our community who's on YouTube right now. It'd be interesting if she has any insight on that. I think it's through the devotion. It's an inward facing devotion, but it's not one that's inward facing solely focused on the self. It's inward facing, focused on spirit and the soul and the light. So that's what it is.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Something to be
It was
garnered from all of it. Well, wonderful. So, what song do you have for us next?
well. I've been going back and forth about what to do, but I think I'm gonna do this Jody Siegel song for
Oh,
you.
good.
It's
I love
called.
Jody Siegel. Haven't heard from her in years.
She's wonderful.
She
She
is
is
wonderful.
such
Yeah.
a great songwriter and
Okay.
guitar, all of the above. She's wonderful. And this is it's about trust and faith and knowing. Actually, I think first you plan it, then you hand it over, and then you can trust that it is done, like you trust in your best friend. In the magic of your imagination that is grown in the garden of love you have sown. So throw a seed upon the wind, a prayer upon the breeze. Dreamers' dreams come true, and angels get their wings. Lovers find their love is right there all along. When the intention's coming from the heart, and you believe in every part, it's from one idea big things start, and then it's another seed upon the wind. Do you feel it? You got to be it to make it so. Make a tight fist, then release it. And watch it grow. It's reassuring when you're affirming. So rest assured that it's flying as high as throw a seed upon the wind, a prayer upon the breeze. Dreamers' dreams come true, angels get their wings. Lovers find that love was right there all along. When the intention's coming from the heart, and you believe in every part, it's a dance, and then it's another seed upon the wind. Another seed upon the wind.
A perfect selection.
Good.
Just an absolute perfect selection. So thank you. And the part of it, well, you'll hear me in just a minute about what makes it so perfect. So thank you, Teresa.
Great.
See you in a bit.
See you soon.
The reason that I think it was so perfect is because last week and leading into that week, I shared from both our meditation that previous Wednesday and last Sunday, a writing by the wonderful Dr. Carol Carnes titled Winds of Change. And when Teresa was just singing about the seed upon the wind, of course, it prompted me to tune into this, which is the second page of my notes for today, but I'm moving it to the first page of the notes because I'm going to read the opening of that article again, when that essay where Dr. Carnes writes, "Have you had a visit recently from the winds of change?" Boy, have I ever recently. They swirl around you, mussing your hair, cause you to take a deeper breath. They kick up the dust and make you move to a place where you can see more clearly. The winds of change blow through our minds when certain areas of our lives are no longer workable. The areas must be upgraded, made current, and released. I'll speak for myself that when I read this, my mind initially goes to some broader element of my life, i.e. sleep patterns or choices in food or drink or broad shifts in consciousness, right? To manifest or desire something or to let something go. And I do believe that is a lot of what she's speaking of. In the journey of my life, and I'm not one of these ministers that want to always talk about myself, and I'm not doing that in the sense, or the last few times, about making it about me. It's about putting in perspective my personal experience for it to be relatable to all of us, because I do believe it's all taking place at the macro level. That there's been a lot of stuff happening in my life right now that is many of those and many components, those life-altering events that we all know is going to happen at some point in life, and then they start happening, and you're like, am I prepared to deal with this? And my point being that we are all prepared to deal with this, just as the lyrics of the song that Teresa sang opening up about is this, the quiet faith of man, the little that we know. And in the multitude of processing and experiencing many people's deep emotions on this journey in the last few weeks, is primarily in the last few days, I've really been providing myself with the opportunity to take a step back, not literally so much from the events of life, but mentally and emotionally to tune in and to tap in and to turn on to what I know to be true, and then let that guide me. We just had a class where the title was Tune In, Tap In, and Turn On. And in the notes that I have above that, I have the word spiritual mind healing. And I share that in the sense that so often in our teaching, we're taught that spiritual mind healing is all about the 5 or 7 steps of spiritual mind treatment, albeit very important. And I've certainly leaned on those this week. But to put an addendum, if you will, a layering on it, in the context of this element of tuned in, tapped in, turned on, which is the framework of many of the Abraham Hicks teaching using the law of attraction, understanding that that which we know ourselves to be, the law of attraction responds to and provides us experiences in life at the micro level, the moment by moment, as well as to the macro level of building a consciousness, if you will, a state of mind that is then creating the overarching aspects of our life. Tuning in means to listen to, be aware of, and in harmony with your inner guidance. What I've been calling upon day by day, moment by moment, for days now, and even today, and some decisions I've made this morning, letting that be internally guided. Tapping in means connected to your source energy or higher self. It's that quiet faith of the man, the human, that we all have within us if we're willing to lean into it. And turned on means feeling excited, empowered, or fully alive. I've not gotten to either the fully alive part or the excitement part in this, but I have been leaning into the empowered part. I shared with a dear friend on Friday as we were having lunch that my mantra for the week, and when I say mantra, I'm not saying that I would say it once or twice. I mean literally chanting this and walking with my dog and chanting and walking and chanting and listening and tuning in to the serenity prayer that we used just a moment ago in the ritual calling in the light. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, as I said before, and I add to that, and actions that reflect that wisdom. I was having this conversation with my biological twin sister earlier this week, and we've been conversing a lot, and later on you'll know why. And sharing with her that if just to use this mantra as a template for communications in the days ahead, and to lean into both God, and our conversation was that we believe in different gods, albeit qualitatively on some levels the same. But it doesn't matter what we believe in. It's that opening of mind to the providing to the individual, the serenity, a calm, clear, lack of agitated state of mind, one that in the map of consciousness that I'm going to put on the screen right now, you will see it ranks up there with two below the highest level of conscious there is. It's the state of oneness and joy that provides transfiguration in life, a shift in one's ability to perceive and process things, hence the need for the way that part of this prayer is structured. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. We know what those things are, right? But the next critical piece of this prayer and its most salient nature is, and the courage to change the things I can. Courage, yes, from this human sense of being brave, of having the willingness to confront that which appears to be contrary or contradictory to what we want life to be or what we desire it to be, or even wishing there were different outcomes than we're witnessing or bearing witness to in life. But to take it deeper and to look at it as courage in the truest sense of the word, which comes from the Latin word courage, which means to live from the heart, meaning to have the willingness once we've asked the energy of the divine or demand it, that we use in our teaching, affirm it, to have peace and blessings and the vibrational frequency of one of the highest levels possible on the evolutionary state of consciousness, tuning into our Christ-like nature. That's the serenity piece. And then to, once we're there, to tune in the courage, the willingness to let that energetic field do its thing through us, to live from the heart. Ernest Holmes says, I'll back up, that To live from the heart means to let the heart do its thing. The heart is the symbol of love. Love in this sense is not a human emotion. It is, as Holmes says, the self-givingness of spirit, whose desire is to create more of itself out of itself, meaning that if we allow ourselves to open up to the gateway in our consciousness, in our being, to let spirit do its thing through us, it will then provide us with serenity, because that is part of the peace, power, beauty, joy, light, life, love, and wisdom qualities that we're imbued with. The last piece of that being wisdom, then that wisdom will move through us. That's the difference of the wisdom to know the difference. And the wisdom to know the difference. And then because we know as evolved spiritual mental beings, the next piece of that is and actions that align with that wisdom. It's a lot, and yet in its most simplistic form can be such a template and a design for us to navigate the moments by moments by moments of life. Certainly if we're in a state of potential despair or confusion, but as well as just simply from the perspective of understanding the power that we're imbued with as co-creative beings. Certainly there aren't a lot more words or meanings behind the words in certainly our language than the trilogy, the triune of those three. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And we know that I've added a fourth to that, but it's been speaking to me all weekend about the triune nature of that, and how we do live so often in our society and ideological beliefs of the triune nature of God. And certainly in Christianity, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Science of mind, it's conscious mind, subjective mind, the effect of life, right? That there are many, many, many layers to that, and I'll come back to that in a moment if I feel like that's the right thing to do. But I want us to go back to this first piece of God. And I love this quote here that says, when applying the Serenity Prayer, if you don't know what's meant by God, this is a quote by Martin Fisher, watch a forsythia branch or a lettuce leaf sprout. What it's saying there is that is indeed that willingness to open to that energy that we're imbued with qualitatively, if you will, as peace and power and beauty and joy and light and life and love and wisdom, and to also know that that is indeed those higher realms of consciousness as per the map of consciousness. As you can see up here, lower levels are contracted and destructive energy moving through courage, that is the gateway to higher levels of consciousness. And I say higher levels from the perspective so that our mind can understand it as a journey, kind of like water stops in a marathon, if you will, for any of you that have done those. If not, they speak for themselves. But moving up into tuning into these vibrational frequencies. And so it's the prayer in and of itself speaks to that journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening, and to let the wisdom, the intuitive knowing, the voice of the divine make itself known. I am that I am that I am calls forth that wisdom. And so often in life, it's about doing that either because we know it to be true or until we bring forth the awareness within us to affirm that it's true and then let it make itself known. I think of many of our teachers, and one of my first teachers, Dr. Walker, used to say, well, if you're not clear on clarity around whatever the situation or scenario may be, to do affirmations in spiritual mind treatment, getting clear around becoming clear. And I think that that's really what this prayer is about. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I can change or cannot change, the courage to accept the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, and actions in alignment that reflect that wisdom. The affirmation that I've used before in our Calling in the Light ritual, addressing these qualities, is this, and I think it's apropos in this moment. May we all allow our wisdom to guide us in decision making, moments of self-affirmation, and times of challenges, and to always bring us back to center as we know and affirm all is well. Over these last few weeks, in guiding others, guiding myself, being guided, addressing all of the events of life, I've oftentimes turned back to that statement, all is well. And understanding, and even at moments having the experience of saying to myself, really? Look at life. Is it really? But I feel like I've been so blessed on my journey to have been able to delve deeper into that understanding, to know that it's spiritually true. And because it's spiritually true, it provides us for the opportunity to know it's true at the human level. And by affirming it at the human level, we can create a shift in our field of awareness. It's in that shift in our field of awareness that cultivates, if you will, curates, propagates a state of mind. And it's that state of mind that the impersonal law of life responds to and provides us with opportunities in that moment to remember that all is well. And what I think is important for us to remember, and I know it's true for me, and we were speaking about this earlier in the sound check, is that the key to that is being open to life showing that to us in scenarios that aren't always where we think it's going to show up, right? Without going into great detail, that just happened in the or in the song that Teresa sang, Tractor, because the term tractor takes me back to a moment after my father's passing where there was a lot of chaos and confusion. I had great discord in my heart and soul. And the reason that's of great importance right now is my mother has been put on hospice, hence the reason for this conversation with my sister. And I've been trying to figure out the next layers. And that term, tractor, reminded me of the mystical elements that unfolded when I opened up to them relative to my father's passing, which reinforced within me the remembrance of that it had happened. Therefore, there's the opportunity for that in this same scenario, whatever its timeline is, right? It just provides for me, which I know it's always doing for you when we open up to that, an opportunity for the recognition of that which is greater, that is always unfolding, that we acknowledge that in the term, all is well in our teaching. That's what that was all about. That was the whole circle of that. But what does that mean on a daily basis? Well, if you look at our theme for the month, showers, flowers, yes, has meant something radically different to me this week than it did last week. Last week, I looked at it in the sense of showers were necessary to fertilize the soil so that the seed of the flower could grow, and then the flower would grow. It would be, yes, girl, I got flowers. And that's still true, without a doubt. Yes, girl. But what it has meant to me this week is showers, in this context, is the darkness and the confusion and the clouds that show up in life at times. But those clouds shall dissipate and disappear, and oftentimes necessary so that we can get to the flowers part. Flowers means that when the clouds disperse, and while they're even still there, that the seed of life, the intelligence of life, the beauty of life is always within the seed. And its innate natural state is to emerge through the soil and reach for the sky and blossom and bloom in its perfect and right timing, ultimately to return to the earth. That is the nature of life. And that's the nature of life for humans as well. What is ours to do and to be on this journey as everyday humans that are brothers and sisters and fathers and mothers and husbands and wives and all of the unfolding? Well, I think ours is to be kind and gentle to ourselves and to tune into spiritual awakenings when they show up and lean on that personal self-empowerment that we all have within us and all the years of growth that we've had. Last week, I shared with us a quote from Anita Morjani in regards to the concept of change is always happening, hence the prayer. Transform your world by transforming your internal state. God grant me the serenity to change the things I can, right? Start by learning to let go of negative self-judgment and replace it with positive and loving thoughts about yourself. Be kind to yourself and watch your external world change. Anita Morjani's speaking some truth here. How do I know that? Because I've witnessed it. I've walked it. And I'm going to continue to walk it. And so are you. That's why we're called to be participants and practitioners in this teaching called the Science of Mind and related teachings, the expanded versions of tune in, tap in, and turn on. Fun mantra. But if you were in the class, you know what the visual that went with that, it was really about always looking back at the bullseye and hitting the center of the mark in thinking, in feeling, in awareness and intention, and then to forgive ourselves if we didn't do that and start anew. To embrace the change. It's always happening. My acronym for change that I shared with us last week is curating heavenly attitudes necessitates good energy. Curating heavenly attitudes, blissful. Bliss is that state right above serenity in the map of consciousness. To curate an attitude, a state of mind to reflect our divine nature to the best of our ability, and in so doing, it provides, it propagates, it provides through us good energy, meaning energy that reflects our divine nature. Good is a synonym for God here. Curating heavenly attitudes necessitates good energy. It's that good energy that we're necessitating that manifests itself in form, the multidimensionality of life that shows up, whether it be the butterfly or a phone call that comes in, or Teresa James singing a song that has lyrics in it that trigger something in us for our healing. Healing is the revealing of the wholeness, the awareness and the acceptance of that which we are, the I am, that I am, that I am, the divine, no matter what. And then I, the individual, remember that to the best of my ability, meaning that till I forget it, and I align back in and pull the arrow in mind to hit the bullseye again by tuning in, tapping in, and turning on to that which I know to be true on my journey of finding personal self-empowerment through a spiritual awakening. I have some quotes to remind us of what this journey is actually like here. Ira Ben Israel from the app Enlightened Consciousness has this affirmation: I'm learning to be patient with my journey, understanding that growth takes time and every step matters. Does it take time? I just know it's unfolding moment by moment. But the key to remember here is every step matters. And sometimes those steps are step by step and they're measured in the traditional human step. But they may also be quantum steps. Be open to that, meaning taking a leap, both in faith and in a level of consciousness, if you will. The great Eckhart Tolle writes, no matter how long your journey appears to be, there's never more than this: one step, one breath, one moment. Today, I've shared with you my practice of the Serenity Prayer over the last few days, many times, and it shall continue, and I invite it to continue for you as well. It's prominent in our e-newsletter going out tomorrow for that purpose. And be gentle and kind and loving and open along the way for the multidimensionality of spirit to make itself known. In prepping for this morning, I came across a different version of the Serenity Prayer. It's called the Other Serenity Prayer, and I'm going to not look at my nose while I read it to you. Of course, that was probably what I was supposed to do so that this other Serenity Prayer can ring true for me, right? And here's what it says. Please grant me the serenity to stop beating myself up for not doing things perfectly, the courage to forgive myself because I always try my best, and the wisdom to know that I'm a good person with a kind heart. Good in this sense is a good person that is, yes, a kind heart, but one that's reflecting our divine nature. Good is a synonym for God. And so today I invite us all to open up to the mantra of tuning in, tapping in, turning on, in the realm and with the intention, tuning in to listening to, being aware of, and in harmony with our inner guidance. Our inner guidance. David Walker told me years ago, as my father had passed, I was freaked out as to whether or not I don't want to go to that, but I could make a decision about something. And I needed to talk to him. I've shared this story with you all before. And I finally got him on the phone, a much needed phone call for me in that moment. I'll never forget what he said. I'm going to paraphrase him. He said to me, Keith, make a decision in regards to what's in front of you. Make a decision and then see how that decision plays out. And if it plays out the way you like it, good. And if it doesn't, make a different decision. What does that mean? It means we're mental beings. Make the decision. The law of life responds impersonally. It'll provide us an outcome. If you don't like the outcome, then make a different decision. What's important for us on that journey is to be willing to stay in harmony with our inner guidance. Our inner guidance will guide us. The second is tapped into. Stay connected to your source energy. That's why the word God is in the beginning of that prayer. But make sure it's the God that you believe in or are open to believing in. And the last piece is feeling excited, empowered, and fully alive. As shared before, I haven't gotten to the excitement piece yet. Not only about fully alive, but I'm very clear on the empowered part. It's there because of all that I've been on and experienced in my journey. And it's there for you too. And here's something to remember on this journey. The great Abraham Hicks tells us this. To remember, it's all about vibrational alignment. Don't look for immediate measurable physical results. Instead, look for improvement in your mood, your attitude, and your emotions. When you feel better, you're more in alignment and everything else will follow. It's the law. And so I affirm for each of us as this huge dragonfly just showed up at my window. That's the way it works. To heed these words together. It's just hanging there, the dragonfly. We all shall see the possibilities ahead, not the problems behind. And we shall trust the journey that's unfolding, believing in our inner strength, and move forward on the journey with confidence. And if that doesn't work for us, my closing remarks are this. A life tip from dogs. We don't overthink. Dogs. We don't hold grudges. Sometimes they do. We live for the moment the leash comes out or the snack bag crinkles. Be present. Be loyal. Celebrate the small stuff like snacks, sunshine, or someone just being there. And it's okay to mess up. Just shake it off. Try again like it's the first time. Because the point isn't perfection. It's enjoying the journey. Thank you. Namaste. Teresa's going to come back.
Oops, there I am. That was amazing, Keith. That was great. I knew I liked my dog for a reason. But slow down. Let it go. Slow down. it all go. All the fears and the doubts, all the pain, all the wounds, feelings of being alone. Let it go. Surrender. Let it all go. All the shame and the guilt, all the tears, all the blame, feelings of being outside. Surrender. Let it go. Don't you don't you know God is here? Don't you know God is here? Let it all go. Surrender. Let it go. Surrender. Just let it all go. All the thoughts of disease, all the lies, all the blame, feelings of being alone. Surrender. Open your heart. Let in the light. Open your mind. Surrender. Let it go. Surrender. Just let it all go. Don't you know God is here? Don't you know God is here? Don't you know God is here? Let it all go. Surrender.
Teresa, that song is just visceral.
Isn't it? I love that song.
Have you recorded that song?
No,
You should.
it's a beautiful song, and
And
it's a reminder. It's great. I
oh,
love it.
it was perfect for me in that moment, especially when I share with you in the book Animals Speak what a dragonfly represents. So, you ready to hear it?
I
It
am.
says, if a dragonfly has shown up in your life, you may need some fresh air in regards to something emotional.
Whoa,
It goes on to say,
that's
it goes
crazy.
on to say you may need to gain a new perspective or make a change. It may even indicate that you're neglecting your emotions. Are you being too rational about everything? Are you not keeping the color of emotions alive?
Wow.
Truer words have never been more spoken. Um, so who is that? The Cynthia James song you were talking about earlier? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Cynthia James wrote that song.
Well, that's what I didn't write it down, so I could be totally making it up. But that's my recognition is that Cynthia James wrote that. It's just it's such a nice prayer, you
Oh,
know.
it is. Is there a recording of that somewhere that you know
Oh
of?
yeah, oh yeah,
Um,
she does it all the time. I think so.
do you have it?
Um,
I just want to have. I want to listen to that song on a loop today. So
oh well, you know what? I might have it. I know I found it on YouTube.
okay,
So
I'll send you a
if
text
I
and
have it, I'll
ask you.
send it to you
Okay,
because
great, great. Thank you.
it's such a
Thank you
great.
for being here today. You've
Oh,
just touched
I
my
get
heart.
so excited when you invite me to come. So
Yeah, I
thank
know.
you.
I love happiness. So
Thank you.
I love it, love it, love it. Good. Thank you. Well, may you have a fabulous day ahead and all that you desire unfolds for you and you finish your projects at home that we talked about earlier. So
Yeah. Thank you. Very
you're
important.
welcome. You're welcome. A big thank you to all of you for being here too. Teresa's going to take us out on the song "Let There Be Peace on Earth" in just a moment. I want to thank you all for being here. Remind you that we appreciate your financial support. If you will go to our website, csl-la.org. I'm only giggling, not only giggling because this dragonfly is like right up against this window over here. He's a talking to me, the multidimensionality of life. But we appreciate your financial support as well as your emotional support and your presence as well. Wednesday morning, the plan is that we'll have a midweek morning meditation, and that's the plan. If it changes, you'll be made aware of that through social media, as well as our new thought text for the day goes out each morning at 7:30. Our e-newsletter is scheduled to go out tomorrow, as well as next Sunday we'll be back. Yes.
No, sorry.
Oh, next Sunday we'll be back online. So
Keep
join us
going.
then. If you're online through Zoom and would like to stay online and have a brief hello afterwards, we're going to do that. And without further ado, just know that I think that's the sign I'm done for the day. Know that I love and appreciate and celebrate each and every one of you and affirm that the power of the presence of the divine is deeply within you as well as at the surface and ready to make itself known in new and wondrous ways. And you're prepped and ready for that. Tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. As we sing the song together to close out, "Let There Be Peace on Earth," let's all believe that peace is manifesting itself in a way unlike before, and that we all play a vital role in that. It's not some illusion from afar. It is definitely something, although it may not appear in the moment, is making itself known. Thank you. Teresa, take us out, please.
Okay, here we go. Y'all sing loud, okay? Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy this vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. There you go.